Hi everyone, welcome to day 28 of Watching Me Learn Spanish. Today I'm actually going to do 3 tracks of language transfer. I usually do 2, but I'm going to do 3 for 3 reasons. First, a couple of the tracks are a little bit shorter than usual, so if we combine them, we will hit about 26 minutes of language transfer, which is usually where we're at anyway. And then today is the final day of practicing the video that I've been working on all week. I think it's gonna be pretty easy at this point to do. So I'll do that a few times and then we'll be done for today. And tomorrow is the start of a new video, which is always extremely challenging. So the arc of the week repeats where it just starts very, very hard and then gets easier and easier as we progress through the week. Let's get right into track 59.
So for our verbs, we have for I, hablar, to speak, hablé, I spoke, and o for he, she, it, you, formal. And we're accenting our endings. Hablé, habló. For ear verbs, we have an I sound, so an I for I, and yo, I-O, for he, she, it. So we have I and io. So if we go to comer, to eat,
Comer.
I ate is comí, and he ate, she ate, it ate, you
Comía.
formal ate is comió.
Oh,
We're accenting the endings again, the I and the O. Comí, comió.
Comí,
comió.
comió.
Good. What was salir? Salir?
Salir is to go out. Or
To leave,
To leave or to go out. So how would you say I went out or I left?
Salí.
salí,
Salí. She went out, she left.
Salió.
salió,
Salió. Good.
Salió.
She didn't go out yet. She didn't leave yet.
No salió. No ya salió.
no salió todavía.
Good. No salió todavía. I don't
No
know why she
salió
didn't leave
todavía.
yet. I don't know why she didn't leave yet.
No sé por qué no salió todavía. No sé por
No
qué
sé por qué no
no
salió todavía.
Good. No sé por qué no salió todavía. What did que mean? Que. What does that mean?
That.
What?
Yes, what? And what else does it mean?
That.
That. In like I hope that, espero que. Good. So apart from what and that, que also means than. Than. So you can use it like this. So you could say, for example, I ate more than him. I ate is the first bit.
Comí más que él.
Comé,
Ir verb.
comí.
Good. I ate more than him.
Comí más
Comí
que él.
más que él.
Good. Not him, than he. More than he ate. Comí más que él. I ate more than him or more than he ate. Good. He ate more than me.
Comió más que yo.
Comió más que, and I'm not sure if it's me or migo.
When we said comí más que él, we put él there because whilst in English we say him, what we really mean is he. I ate more than he ate. It's quite peculiar in English that we say him and not he. So in Spanish we're being more literal. Comí más que él. I ate more than he. So, he ate more than me. Comió más que...
Yo.
Exactly. So he ate more than I. He ate more than I ate.
Comió
So how would
más
that
que
be?
yo. Comió más que comí.
Comió más que yo.
Good. Comió más que yo. It's actually quite peculiar in English that we say me. In fact, the way we use words like me instead of I is very peculiar in English, and it's a negative language transfer that could influence other languages that you're learning. For example, if I say, who wants to go to the park? You might say, me. This doesn't make any sense. It's I. I want to go to the park. Where's this me? So there is some strange use of these words in English that might influence our Spanish. So we need to cut that negative language transfer when we identify it popping up. So, comió más que yo. He ate more than I. He ate more than I ate. What was to see?
Ver.
Ver.
Ver. Good. I saw. Ver
I saw. So
is regular here. So I saw.
vi.
So go back to comer. Use that as your hook.
Vi.
Good. I saw him.
Lo vio.
Lo
vi.
Good. Lo vi. I didn't see him.
No lo vi.
No lo vi.
No lo vi. I saw him, but he didn't see me. And as we
Lo vi, pero no me vio.
contrasting, we will probably use one or both of the words for I and he. Those words we don't need to use. We will probably use one or both of them here as we're contrasting, although you don't need to. So it's up to you. I saw him, but he didn't see me. First bit is I saw him,
Lo vi,
but he didn't see me.
No
pero
me
no me vio.
Good. Lo vi, pero no me vio. And like I said, as we're
No me
contrasting, we
vio.
might feel an urge to say the word for él. Lo vi, pero él no me vio. Or yo lo vi, pero él no me vio. It depends on the context. Even if you have context there and you know who you're talking about, you might feel yourself wanting to say these words because you're contrasting. The word for nothing, nothing in Spanish is nada, nada.
Nada.
N-A-D-A, nada.
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 And we have double negative in Spanish, which means you can say, I didn't see nothing.
No vi nada.
Good. No vi nada.
No
I
vi
didn't
nada.
eat anything.
No comí nada.
No comí nada.
No comí nada. Didn't you eat anything? Speaking formally. Didn't you eat anything?
No comió nada. No comió nada.
No comió nada.
No comió nada. Why didn't you eat anything?
¿Por qué no comió nada?
¿Por qué no comió nada?
¿Por qué no comió nada? Good. The word for nobody is nadie.
Nadie.
N-A-D-I-E. Nadie.
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 Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw nothing.
Nadie vio nada.
Nadie vio nada.
Good. Nadie vio nada. Good.
Nadie
Nobody
vio
saw anything.
nada.
Durar means to last. Durar.
Durar.
We have endure in English,
Duration.
duration, and you even get like corporate names that use these Latin roots and kind of appeal to your understanding without you realizing that you understand it. So for example, you have Duracell batteries. You know what that means, but you don't know why you know what it means. So you can identify this kind of use of Latin in industry and how it's appealing to your subconscious understanding of the message that they want to give you about the products. So look out for that. So, durar, to last. Minute in Spanish is minuto. So how would you say it lasted 2 minutes? It lasted
Durar. Durar. Duró 2 minutos.
2 minutes.
Lo
Duró 2 minutos.
Very good. Duró 2 minutos.
Duró
I
2
lasted 2
minutos.
minutes.
Duré 2 minutos.
Duré 2 minutos.
Good. Duré 2 minutos. we looked at before how you can get this ing adjective, so the adjective that we have for ing, like interesting, using ante or iente. So interesting was interesante. So during is not an adjective, but it's formed in the same way. So how do you think you say during in Spanish?
Durante.
Durante.
Yes, durante. So you could say during 2 minutes.
Durante
Durante
2 minutos.
Good. And you can use that like for as well. So we said that with time you can say por 2 minutos, but you can also say durante. You will hear that as well in Spanish. Durante 2 minutos, during 2 minutes, for 2 minutes. What was to eat?
Comer.
Comer.
Comer. Good. And he ate?
Comió. Comió.
Comió.
Comió.
Comió.
How would you say he ate for half an hour or he ate during half an hour? Half an hour is media, half.
Media.
And what was hour?
Hora.
Hora.
Hora, like in ahora. Media, hora. Good.
Comió durante media hora.
So he ate during half an hour. He ate for half an hour.
Comió durante media
hora.
hora.
Good. Comió durante media hora. He spoke during half an hour for half an hour.
Habló durante media hora.
Habló durante
Habló
media
durante
hora.
media
Habló
hora.
durante media hora. What was with in Spanish?
Con.
Con.
Con. Without in Spanish is sin. S-I-N. Sin.
Sin.
Sin. And to stop is parar. Parar. P-A-R-A-R. Parar.
Parar.
So you could say he spoke for half an hour without stopping. He spoke for half an hour without stopping.
Habló durante media hora sin parar.
Habló durante media hora sin parar.
Good. Habló durante media hora sin parar. And we said that after prepositions, so sin is a preposition, we're not saying stopping, we're saying to stop. Sin parar, without to stop. Habló durante media hora sin parar. Parar is interesting because par in Spanish means pair. So un par is a pair. So like a pair of shoes. Un par de zapatos. Un par de zapatos. So parar, to stop, might be the pairing. You can imagine this kind of time and space notion of two things pairing, reaching each other, and then stopping. And then comparar, to compare, is with pairing. So even though this is an M here, it's con. The N has been softened by that P, which is why we say compare. So with pairing is to compare. Prepare, of course, is preparing. We can see this in English as well. No? Repair, to repair is to repair, to pair up again. Separar is to separate in Spanish. Separation, separación, separar. And this se means apart. So to separate is to pair apart. To pair apart. What was to speak in Spanish?
Hablar.
Hablar.
Hablar. I spoke.
Hablé.
Hablé.
Hablé. And he spoke, she spoke, you formal spoke.
Habló.
Habló.
Habló. Good. We spoke is hablamos, which I'm sure you've noticed is exactly the same as the present we speak. So hablamos means we speak or we spoke, which for one side is wonderful because it means you get another version of this very irregular tense without having to remember a new one. But of course it can cause some ambiguity, and in real life it can cause some ambiguity. Not often, mind, because most of the time you have some context showing that you're talking about the past. For example, the word for when is cuando.
Cuando.
So if you want to say when we speak, I understand everything. What was to understand?
Comprender.
comprender.
Comprender. So, when we speak, I understand everything.
Cuando hablamos, comprendo todo.
Cuando hablamos, comprendo todo.
Good. Cuando hablamos, comprendo todo. So, cuando hablamos, that bit could be when we speak generally or when we spoke. So, that second half brings us into the context and we understand that when we speak, generally speaking, I understand everything. Cuando hablamos, comprendo todo. But
Cuando
if you wanted to
hablamos,
say when we
comprendo todo.
spoke, I understood everything, then of course the first bit is going to be the same. But that second bit, I understood everything, is going
Cuando hablamos, comprendí todo.
to give you that context. So let's practice that one. When we spoke, I understood everything.
Cuando hablamos, comprendí todo.
Very good. Cuando hablamos, comprendí todo. So again, the second part of that sentence is making it clear whether this hablamos is the present or the past. Cuando hablamos, comprendo todo. Cuando hablamos, comprendí todo. We spoke yesterday. We spoke yesterday.
Hablamos ayer.
Hablamos ayer. Good. And we know that we can use the present with future context in Spanish. So if you wanted to say, we will speak tomorrow,
Hablamos mañana.
hablamos mañana. So hablamos ayer, we spoke yesterday. Hablamos mañana, we will speak tomorrow. How would you say, we wait a lot? We wait a lot, generally. What is a lot in Spanish?
Mucho.
Mucho.
Good. To wait or
To wait. Entender.
to hope?
No.
Esperar.
Esperar.
Esperamos mucho.
If you forget this one, you can think of desperate, which means unhoped. Desesperado in Spanish. Again, one of these ado, ido adjectives from the version that comes after haber. You can see desesperar, desesperado, which made desperate. And it's desesperado in Spanish, not desperado. Like we have some Spanishisms, let's say, that have entered English, but they can enter incorrectly. Like desperado is desesperado in Spanish. Or in English, you might hear no problemo. This is loosely based on Spanish, but of course, problem in Spanish is problema, not problemo. And actually, you would say ningún problema, not no problema. So, esperar, to wait or to hope. So, talking generally, we wait a lot, we wait around a lot.
Esperamos mucho.
Esperamos mucho.
Esperamos
Maybe you meant
mucho.
yesterday. No? Here it might be ambiguous unless the context is clear. So if you want to clarify, you might want to say the word yesterday. How would you say, we waited a lot yesterday?
Esperamos mucho.
Esperamos mucho ayer.
Good. Esperamos mucho ayer. What was to eat?
Comer.
Comer.
Comer. And what is we eat?
Comemos o comiamos.
Comemos.
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 We ate is comimos. Comimos.
Comimos.
We ate.
Comimos.
We didn't eat.
No comimos.
No comimos.
No comimos. What was to live?
Vivir.
Vivir.
And we live generally.
Vivimos.
Vivimos.
And we lived.
Vivimos.
Vivimos.
Vivimos. So what this means is that because of this one difference we have in the entire language between and ir verbs, in the present we have hemos for and imos for ir, what that means is that when we go into the past, ir verbs stay the same, vivimos, vivimos, but verbs are different, comemos, comimos. So, what was to see?
Vivir.
Ver.
And we see in the present?
Vivir. Ver. Ver. Vemos.
Vemos.
Vemos. And we saw,
Vimos.
Vimos.
vimos. Good. What was to go out or to leave?
Salir.
Salir.
Good. We're going out or we're leaving?
Salimos.
Salimos.
Good. And we went out or we left?
Salimos.
Salimos.
The same. What was to lose?
Perder.
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 Per.
We lose?
Perdemos.
Perdemos.
Good. We lost?
Perdimos.
Perdimos.
Good. How would you say we got lost? Or we lost
Nos perdimos.
ourselves?
Nos perdimos.
Nos perdimos. Good. Okay, so how would you say we always get lost, but we didn't get lost yesterday? First thing, what was the word for always?
Siempre.
Siempre.
Siempre. So how would you say we always get lost?
Nos perdimos siempre. Siempre nos perdimos.
Siempre perdemos. Siempre nos perdemos.
Good. Siempre nos perdemos. O nos perdemos
Siempre nos perdemos.
siempre. But
Pero
we didn't get lost yesterday.
No nos perdimos ayer.
no perdimos. No nos perdimos ayer.
Good. Nos perdemos siempre.
Nos perdemos siempre, pero no nos perdimos ayer.
Pero no nos perdimos ayer. Very good. There we see in that sentence perdemos for present and perdimos for past. But of course, with ir verbs, they have the same version for both. So we could say, for example, we don't go out often, but we went out yesterday. And often is a menudo. A menudo. Menudo is like a literary word that's not used very often for small, related to minute actually, or minuscule. It's not used very often in that sense, in the sense of small. But a menudo is used very often to mean often. So we don't go out often.
No salimos a menudo,
No salimos a menudo,
But we went out yesterday.
pero salimos ayer.
pero salimos ayer.
Good. Very good. So here we have the present and the past in this sentence, and we see that both of them are salimos. No salimos a menudo, pero salimos ayer. Let's make a recap. So let's do it with hablar and comer, which we will use as our hook verbs. So I spoke,
Hablé.
Hablé.
he spoke,
Habló.
Habló.
we spoke,
Hablamos.
Hablamos.
and comer is to eat. So I ate,
Comí.
Comí.
he ate,
Comió.
Comió.
we ate.
Comimos.
Comimos.
Very good.
Alright.
You remember how to say to call?
Llamar.
You need to open the association between to call and to phone and to call myself. My name is, and then you remember it.
Llamar.
Yes, llamar. Now we can look a little bit at how the line in the past and the dot in the past interact. Now we do this in some very common structures in both languages. For example, you might say something like, I was cooking when the phone rang. So, I was cooking when the phone rang. Which part is the line and which part is the point?
The line is I was cooking.
I was cooking is the line.
Good,
The phone rang is the dot.
good. So, let's begin with I was cooking. What is to cook?
Cocinar is to cook. So, cocinia.
To cook.
Cocinar.
Cocinar, good. I was cooking
Cocinía.
Cocinaba
when?
It's our verbs are aba. Cocinaba cuando el teléfono rang.
¿Cuánto?
Cuando the phone rang. El teléfono is the phone, like in English, which is actually from Greek. This first bit, tele, means far, distant, and phone means voice. So it's the distant voice is the telephone. So when the phone rang, and we will say when the phone sounded, and to sound is sonar. Sonar. So,
So, sonar, sonne. No. It rang. So, sonó. Cuando el teléfono sonó.
so
Cocinaba cuando el teléfono sonó.
when the phone sounded.
Sonó.
¿Cuánto? El teléfono sonó.
All together, I was cooking when the
Cocinaba
phone
cuando
rang.
el teléfono
Not from memory,
sonó.
but thinking it through again. I was cooking when the phone rang.
Cocinaba cuando el teléfono sonó.
Very good. Cocinaba cuando el teléfono sonó, or cocinaba cuando sonó el teléfono, which would probably be more natural order in Spanish. Cocinaba cuando sonó el teléfono. But both orders are perfectly fine. To arrive was llegar, to arrive.
Llegar.
And this is LL, so we have the double L, which is like a Y sound, EGAR, our verb, llegar.
Llegar.
I arrived,
Llegué.
Llegué.
llegué. He arrived,
Llegó.
llegó. We arrived,
Llegamos.
Llegamos.
llegamos. Good. I was speaking on the phone when Maria arrived. And we're not going to say literally on the phone in Spanish. We will say por teléfono.
Hablaba por el teléfono cuando llegó María.
No, by phone. Por can also mean by. So I was speaking on the phone when Maria arrived.
Hablaba por teléfono cuando María llegó.
Very good. Hablaba por teléfono cuando María llegó. O hablaba por teléfono cuando llegó María. Either way. Good. So we can see how we're using the line and the point together. If you was to look up to stay in the dictionary, you would find quedarse. Then you need to do something with that se. So if you wanted to say I stayed, how would it be?
Me quedé.
Me quedé.
Me quedé. He stayed. Or she stayed. Or you Fummel stayed. It stayed.
Se quedó.
Se quedó.
Se quedó. And
Se
we
quedó.
stayed.
Nos quedamos.
Nos quedamos. Which of course could also mean we stay or we are staying. Good. What was to please? The verb that we use
Gustar.
to express like. To please.
Gustar.
Gustar.
Gustar. Good. And if you want to say I like it, you say it pleases me.
Me
So how do you say I like it?
Me gusta.
Me gusto. Me lo gusto.
We're working on intuition now. We've got me and it and we're throwing it all in there. But
Sorry,
we
me
must,
gusta.
yes, we must process it literally. It pleases me. It pleases. Gusta. It pleases me. Me gusta. Good. Now, if you want to say I liked it, you just say, of course,
Me gustó.
it pleased me. So how would that be?
Gustó.
Me gusté. Sorry, me gustó.
Me gustó. Good. Me gusté. What does that mean? Me gusté.
I pleased myself.
I liked myself. Me gustó. It pleased me. I liked it. Good. I didn't like it.
No me gustó.
No me gustó.
No me gustó. I didn't like it. It didn't please me. Apart from the point in the past, you could also use the line in the past here, depending on the context. So how would you say that? It wasn't pleasing me.
No me
No me
gustaba.
No me gustaba.
No me
So with this
gustaba.
line and point, we're not looking for direct translations from English. We are looking to understand the concept of the line in time and the point in time and applying it directly in Spanish. Because in English you would never say something like, I wasn't liking it. And a lot of the time it's totally interchangeable in Spanish. No me gustó, no me gustaba just means you're thinking in a different way when you say it. No me gustó, you're referring to something as an event, as something closed. And no me gustaba, you're thinking about something as an ongoing thing that occurred over a period of time. Really, a lot of the time that difference between the point and the line in time just originates in the mind. Parecer was to seem. Parecer.
Parecer.
It's related to apparent, and we have aparecer in Spanish, which means to appear.
Is transparent similar?
Transparent also is related, yes, of course. Good. So parecer is to seem.
Parece.
How would you say it seems to me? It
Parece.
seems
Me
to me.
parece. Me parece.
Me parece.
Good. It seems good to me, or in Spanish, it seems well to me.
Me parece bien.
Me parece bien.
Me parece bien.
Me
How
parece
would
bien.
you say it seemed good to me?
Me pareció bien.
Me parecí.
It seemed.
Me pareció.
Ah, yes, of course. Me pareció bien.
Good. Me pareció bien. It seemed good to me. And you might want to use the line in the past. You might want to say like it was seeming good to me. So even though this is not a translation you would use in English,
Me
in Spanish you're
parecía
just thinking
bien.
about
Me
do I mean a
parecía
point
bien.
in time or do I mean ongoing in this context? So we might want it was seeming to me well. How would you say that?
Me parecía bien.
Parecer becomes parecía. Me parecía bien.
Good. Me parecía bien. It seemed good to me, but when I saw it, I didn't like it. So it's
Me parecía bien, pero cuando lo vi, no me gustó.
seemed good to me. It was seeming good to me.
Me parecía bien,
bien,
But
pero
when I saw it,
lo vi,
cuando lo vi,
I didn't like it.
no me gustó.
no me gustó.
Very good. Me parecía bien, pero cuando lo vi, no me gustó. And again, here we see the interaction, no, between the line and the point. Me parecía bien, it was seeming okay, fine to me, pero cuando lo vi, but when I saw it, this is a very clear point in the past, I didn't like it. In that moment, when I saw it, I didn't like it. Again, the point in the past. Me parecía bien, pero cuando lo vi, no me gustó. Excellent.
All right, done with language transfer for today. I am really happy that he's talking about the dot in the past and the line in the past to use his terms. I think he means the imperfect past and the preterite past because I've been using them so much together that I have an intuition for them. And as I mentioned yesterday, because I have so much context around those, they're really sticking. If you're just using language transfer and the only examples you have for hooks on what these things are from his videos, it's going to be a lot harder to remember them than if you had tons of instances when you use them in your own videos that you've been practicing every single day. So it's kind of formalizing everything that I've learned so far, and a lot of it is starting to click. Right, so I want to practice the video on my daily routine, rutina diaria, a few times. It's the last time that we're going to do that one, and then move on to another video tomorrow. Let's get right into it. Rutina diaria. Cada día de la semana es diferente para mí. Mi semana empieza el domingo. No trabajo los domingos, pero me gusta avanzar en mis objetivos. Ahora mismo, uno de mis objetivos es aprender español. Otro objetivo es enseñar a leer a mi hijo. Como no trabajo los domingos, esas son las dos cosas más importantes que hago. Dedico el resto del día a mis aficiones, que son cocinar, leer y jugar con mi hijo. Solía trabajar los domingos cuando creaba una empresa, pero ya no es el caso. Quizás construya una en el futuro. Tampoco no trabajo el lunes, así que todo es igual excepto de mi rutina de entrenamiento. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. El lunes entreno las piernas. El martes es el primer día de la semana que trabajo. El primer día de la semana que trabajo. Todavía hago mi ejercicio y avanzo mis objetivos y también trabajar. Suelo trabajar de 8 a 11 y luego hago una pausa muy larga para almorzar. Paso el resto del día en mis objetivos. Y para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. Trabajo los miércoles, pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. Es un día muy ajetreado para mí porque también hago un largo entrenamiento de la parte inferior del cuerpo que me lleva mucho tiempo. Los viernes son buenos porque no trabajo y tengo un largo fin de semana adelante. Normalmente recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. El sábado es casi igual que el viernes, excepto que mi hijo no tiene colegio. Este es el resumen de mi semana. All right. Not bad. I have the script here. Let's watch that.
Rutina diaria. Cada día de la semana es diferente para mí. Mi semana empieza el domingo. No trabajo los domingos, pero me gusta avanzar en mis objetivos. Ahora mismo, uno de mis objetivos es aprender español. Otro objetivo es enseñar a leer a mi hijo. Como no trabajo los domingos, esas son las dos cosas más importantes que hago. Dedico el resto del día a mis aficiones, que son cocinar, leer y jugar con mi hijo. Solía trabajar los domingos cuando creaba una empresa, pero ya no es el caso. Quizás construya una en el futuro. Tampoco no trabajo el lunes,
Los lunes.
así que todo es igual excepto de mi rutina de entrenamiento. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. El lunes entreno las piernas. El martes es el primer día de la semana que trabajo. El primer día de la semana que trabajo. Todavía hago mi ejercicio y avanzo mis objetivos y también trabajar.
It's a little rocky.
Suelo trabajar de 8 a 11 y luego hago una pausa muy larga para almorzar. Paso el resto del día en mis objetivos.
Y para mi ejercicio entreno.
Y para mi ejercicio entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. Trabajo los miércoles, pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. Es un día muy ajetreado para mí porque también hago un largo entrenamiento de la parte inferior del cuerpo que me lleva mucho tiempo. Los viernes son buenos porque no trabajo y tengo un largo fin de semana adelante. Normalmente recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. El sábado es casi igual que el viernes, excepto que mi hijo no tiene colegio. Este es el resumen de mi semana.
Good. I didn't see any mistakes. Let's do it again. Rutina diaria. Cada día de la semana es diferente para mí. Mi semana empieza el domingo. No trabajo los domingos, pero me gusta avanzar en mis objetivos. Ahora mismo uno de mis objetivos es aprender español. Otro objetivo es enseñar a leer a mi hijo. Como no trabajo los domingos, esas son las dos cosas más importantes que hago. Dedico el resto del día a mis aficiones, que son cocinar, leer y jugar con mi hijo. Solía trabajar los domingos cuando creaba una empresa, pero ya no es el caso. Quizás construya una en el futuro. Tampoco no trabajo los lunes, así que todo es igual excepto de mi rutina de entrenamiento. Hago ejercicio 4 veces por semana. Los lunes entreno las piernas. El miércoles, el martes es el primer día de la semana que trabajo. Todavía avanzo en mis objetivos y hago mi ejercicio, pero también trabajar. Suelo trabajar de 8 a 11 y luego hago una pausa muy larga para almorzar. Paso el resto del día en mis objetivos. Y para mi ejercicio, entreno la parte superior del cuerpo. Los miércoles trabajo, pero no hago ejercicio. Descanso mi cuerpo. El jueves es el último día de la semana que trabajo. Es un día muy ajetreado para mí porque también hago un largo entrenamiento de la parte inferior del cuerpo que me lleva mucho tiempo. Los viernes son buenos porque no trabajo y tengo un largo fin de semana delante. Normalmente recojo a mi hijo antes del colegio para que pasemos más tiempo juntos. El sábado es casi igual que el viernes, excepto excepto que mi hijo no tiene colegio. Este es el resumen de mi semana. All right. Yeah. All right, pretty happy with that. I'm gonna wrap up the stream because I feel like I accomplished a lot this week, and gonna rest up because tomorrow's gonna be a tough one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and see you tomorrow for the new video that I'll be working on. Topic is undecided.